Spotlight tonight, we have some Cardinal conversation from our newest colleague, the Athletics' Katie Wu. All right, and joining us tonight on Sports Plus is Katie Wu, who you're going to be seeing a lot more of this Cardinals season, as she is our Cardinals insider here on 5 on Your Side. And Katie, the biggest news of the spring came last night. We've been waiting all spring for this one. Jordan Walker has made the opening day roster for the St. Louis Cardinals, the 20-year-old phenom. Just what does this mean for him and the team? Because there was a lot of speculation they actually did it. He's on the roster.
Yes, the Jordan Walker Show is officially coming to St. Louis. I know this must be an exciting time for Cardinals fans. It certainly is for the Cardinals organization. There's been a lot of hype around Jordan Walker, and rightfully so. He's considered one of the top prospects in baseball, the Cardinals' top prospect. And look, Cardinals president of baseball operations, John Mozeliak, was honest this February when he said that Jordan would have every opportunity to go and make the club if he could earn it. The Cardinals were, of course, impressed with all 5 tools, but what they were most impressed by was the way he carried himself, his poise, and his mannerisms.
Let's talk rotation. It's what a lot of fans want to talk about because it probably has the most questions. We know Adam Wainwright's going to be out for a little bit. We know Miles Michaelis is starting opening day. But beyond that, it seems like everybody has some sort of question mark. What's the most intriguing thing for you when it comes to this rotation?
It's a good question. I think one of the more intriguing things is what can Steven Matz do for this rotation? Last year, he was one of their big offseason acquisitions, signed for a 4-year, $44 million contract, and was unfortunately hurt for most of the 2022 season. However, with the rotation being probably the biggest question mark for the Cardinals heading into 2023, the Cardinals will have to rely on Matz pretty heavily. He's slated to be their number 5 guy, but he had a very encouraging spring, an ERA of 1.73 to end his spring campaign. And what the Cardinals really like in Matz is when he was healthy, his metrics, his data, his pitch profile all looked really good.
Let's talk about Jack Flaherty real quick here. Would definitely have liked to have a better spring from a numbers standpoint. Is there any concern coming into this year, and just how cautious should fans be with him before he's anointed an ace once again?
I think for Jack, the big key is how he can make adjustments during outings. That was one of the things he was really evaluating himself this spring, was if he made a bad pitch or he got himself into trouble, how could he make the adjustments in game to limit the damage? We'll be seeing that a lot with Jack. He's slated to pitch Saturday, the Cardinals' second game of the season. And certainly a big year for him as he is looking for his final year before free agency and his first fully healthy year in about 2 seasons.
Let's talk outfield. It's an outfield that now is going to have Jordan Walker in it. Tyler O'Neill has been prepped in center field. Lars Nootbaar is an international sensation. Is it as cut and dry as Dylan Carlson, the guy on the outside looking in?
I don't think so. I do think that when the Cardinals decided that Jordan Walker would make the opening day roster, the plan was him to play in the outfield almost every day. The Cardinals, pretty notoriously have not promoted their top prospects unless there's a place for them in the starting lineup. I don't think it's necessarily a matter of Dylan Carlson is now looking in as the reserve outfielder. I think it is a question of how can Ollie Marmol fit all 4 of those guys in the lineup every day, just in different positions.
On paper, this Cardinals lineup certainly looks like it could be one of the most powerful we've seen in St. Louis in quite a while. I had Wilson Contreras in the middle of the order with Nolan Arenado and Paul Goldschmidt, and you've got something pretty good going. Just what is your outlook on what this offense could do, maybe compared to the rest of baseball?
Oh, certainly. I think at this point you have to compare the Cardinals offense with some of the juggernauts like the New York Mets, the San Diego Padres, the Phillies, of course. I know they had a pretty significant blow with Bryce Harper and Rhys Hoskins out, but I think you can count the Cardinals right up there as long as everyone stays healthy in terms of heavy offenses. You have the National League MVP in Paul Goldschmidt. You have the National League MVP runner-up in Nolan Arenado, and Wilson Contreras, who I think was just a really smart signing for the Cardinals in terms of addressing 2 birds with 1 stone. They addressed the catching need and improve their offense. Ollie Marmol, we talked about his likeness to split up the lineup, but he was pretty adamant that the 3-4-5 and Goldschmidt, Arenado, and Contreras would stay the same all season. Tyler O'Neill looks healthy, had a great showing at the World Baseball Classic. Jordan Walker and his prolific power should lengthen that lineup. And Lars Nootbaar had a burst onto the scene. We've talked about him, international celebrity at this point. This is, I think, and that's not even to bring up guys like Nolan Gorman, who I think had one of the most impressive springs.
That is the Athletics' Katie Wu. You will be seeing a lot more of her this season on 5 on Your Side, as she is our Cardinals insider. We will be right back with more Sports Plus.